Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Hollywood Animal Series. And last episode where we left off, we had a movie that was in post-production. We had a movie that was getting ready for distribution. We had two movies that were in distribution. We had one that was getting filmed, and we have a new story idea being researched or looked for. And this episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we get basically the movies that we have here in production, through production, and then if we can get another story or two written, another movie or two written, we're going to do that as well. So we're going to get an action movie going. We're going to get or an adventure movie. We're going to get a that doesn't really seem to fit. So, Wild West cowboy and a detective story. I don't know that that's really a good fit either, but we're going to go through with that. Okay, so the second week we did drop off on this movie where 64% of the 2,500 screenings with regards to the attendance. So we'll see where we end up there. This one, like I said before, I think we're going to make money here. We did only do 15% of the 500 showing the screenings, but we did make almost 7,000. And so we're now basically in the red for $164. I think we're going to be in the green after that one's all said and done, because these additional showings aren't going to cost us anything. Yeah, so 11% now at 250, and we made just under $2,500, and now we're in the green on this movie. So we're going to get an increase to our reputation. Looks like With a Shield did pretty well, even though it dropped off a little bit, and we're probably going to make a profit on this movie as well. And since we're still more than 2 weeks out, we're probably going to extend With a Shield as well. And yeah, so we're in the green on With a Shield. We're going to go ahead and extend this movie just because, one, we're at 25% capacity of the 1,750, but we're turning a profit here already. So we're going to set up distribution a fourth of 1,750. Going to be about 450 screens. Let's do 450, 350, no 250 there. So we're going to close it out then with 250 there. Because there's no point in renting that screen. If we rented 250 screens, it's going to probably cost more than we would make on it. So we're going to extend that run. We're going to send this one to the archive. We're only hitting 7% of our 100 screenings. We did make a little bit of money, but we're in the green on that movie, and we're going to get some reputation add to that. And again, we're only 14 days out from this other movie. Our public relations executive has come up and said that he was at a charity dinner last weekend raising some money, and Gerstein had long since arranged for his protege May Lo to represent the film industry. That mentions that she's incredibly talented. She talked about her ex, but then talked about she'd rather go to Nebraska and carry pig shit on my back from morning to night than work for these worms. Yep, that's what she said. So what a hoot it would be if she ate her words and had to sign a contract with us. True, she's tied to Gerstein Brothers for years to come, but there's no tie that can't be broken with a simple folder filled with some juicy dirt. And so we can say, well, then let's dig up something on her, or I'm not interested. Let's go ahead and see if we can dig up something on her. I don't think we even have that ability yet with security, right? Police surveillance. Oh, okay, so we would get a raid warning. Yes, we don't have... We can train an agent if we wanted to. That's not what we really want to do. So here's the head of Evergreen Movies, talking about valuing fair competition. And I'll let you pause it there if you want to read it. I'm just going to respond. I have read these before, so if you see me kind of moving along quicker, that's why. We don't have... Oh, because we don't have the offensive operations or defensive operations. Yes, which one is it? Is it defense or is it offense? So, offensive operations, we could potentially get compromising information for Mei Lo that we might be able to use. And there's the high level legal protection that we were researching. Let's research the delay in that. Let's release the film. This is a D+, so this is a pretty bad movie. I don't think this is going to last but the 4 weeks. I'll be surprised if it makes the money back that it needs to make. So if we build the offensive operations for the security department, we would potentially be able to put an agent on trying to find information out on Mei Lo, which we may want to do. So here's something that's going on set here after, and this is for the love interest in this movie that had pretty high marks. After an argument with her husband, Jean Graham came to the set with a big black eye. The makeup artist worked for an hour and a half to hide it, but her face still looks like it's swollen and distorted. We can wait for the bruises to fade, which is going to stop for 15 days, or we can film her the way she looks, which is going to lower the quality of the film. We're going to wait because that one's a pretty high quality film. We don't want to do that. So let's pause because we want to see what we got here. So if we look to build the offensive operations, it's going to cost us between $48,000 and $160,000. I think we're going to do that. It's not going to be either of those. It's 104 because we're choosing that one in the middle. Okay, we're going to be knocking out these two here, Corrupt Official and Alcohol, the Spirit of Freedom, with The Drunk Mayor, which is currently being filmed. So those two will be gone. We have this in our writers area, our script department. We have that script. It's ready to go. Let's do this. Get rid of that one. We're not going to ever make that one. We're probably not going to make that one. We're probably not ever going to make that one. So this is the Sicilian Tiger. This is the one from the Mafia boss that we're going to need to get going here before too much longer. We've got a couple years left yet, but... And then we talked about maybe getting some dirt on Mei Lo and trying to get her over to our studio. So we've got the offensive operations building being built. All right, so let's get back. So with a shield, okay, so we did lower our... This is the second part of the run, right? So this is the extended run. 350 screenings on this one. We're hitting 70% attendance. So it went up. We went up considerably, actually, even though we only dropped 100 screenings. We actually made more money this week than last week. We're in the green on this one as well. It's not doing as well as I had hoped. Okay, we did get 100% attendance on this one for the first week. So even if we drop off, we're going to make money on this one too. If we drop off to where I think we're going to drop off to. The head of production... All right, 6 years for $1,000 a month. All right, so we're going to give him a bit of a pay raise. No new story element. Awesome. We're going to have him repeat it. Okay, so yeah, it dropped off, but we made money. So we're going to end the distribution on With a Shield as a profitable film. Made a little bit of money for us. This one dropped off too, even though we lowered the screenings, but we're already in the green on this one, so this one's going to be profitable for us, even though that movie was not that great. And we've got 6 days left of post-production for this one. We're still filming for 60 more days on this one. We got about $4.5 million in the bank. Okay, we dropped again, another 23% for 2,000 screenings. We did, like I said, we did make some money, and we're definitely green there. Let's get action ready to go to distribution. Okay, so post-production, we lost a little bit in both areas, unfortunately. I like that one. Let's go with that one. So we just need 6. So let's do, cut it down 2,500, 2,000, 1,500 on this last one, or 1,750 on this last one, actually. Let's do that. And then 6 weeks for the printing. And we're going to put the advertising out for that long there. Apply. And we're going to confirm that. So we're going to have a couple of weeks here where we don't have any movies in play, right? We could extend this 4 weeks if we wanted to. If we do that, that would give us still 2 weeks potentially without anything in the theater. If we decide to extend this, which we might. It's still making money. We don't have anything going in pre-production, so we probably need to do that. So let me do this first. Let's get him 6 years at $400 a month. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so at 15% of 1,500, that's only about 200 screenings, 250 screenings. I don't know that it's worth that, but we don't have anything else coming up, so we might as well 250, 200, 150, and let's take this one down to 100. We're not going to extend the advertising any. We're just going to let it run through. Okay, so we do have a script here we can get into production, and that's this one here. So we're going to do that. We're back up to almost 5 million in our account, so that's not bad. Okay, we don't have a 7.0 or higher. We do now. He's cheap. He is hot-tempered, but at $8,000 a movie, we'll put up with it. Okay, and again, the casting office is, or the location office, the scouting office has been built, so we're now getting those 2-star locations for external location shots. We're going to do what we can with this, and we need to hire a 7.0 producer or higher. Fairly inexpensive 7.0 producer. This guy here looks like just the guy we're looking for. We're only going to get him for one movie because we got a lot of producers out there that already, so we don't need a bunch more producers. Okay, we're going to have him direct it as a 6.8. We have no 7.0 actors, so let's see if there's anything that we can afford. We got a couple of 8s here, so we're going to get these guys here for one movie. 22,000 for him, so that's pretty cheap. One movie for this guy at 25.3. That's pretty cheap. for the fact that they're 8 O's. Love interest. Okay, we're going to need potentially another 8 actress. And I've got one, but she's currently filming for 41 days. And he's filming for 41 days. So we're going to have to wait 41 days for this, which is probably action if I were to guess. Oop. All right. Speed it up a little bit here. Okay, so we went down to 250 screenings and we got 39% attendance out of that. Made about $9,000. So again, going to continue the profit of the movie. Okay, so this is where we start to get into potentially working with other studio heads and that kind of thing. This is the Alliance, Film Studios Alliance of America. Do you want to pay a membership fee and become a part of the Alliance? Well, there's no option for me not to, right? And you can see it there. This game is continuously receiving updates. And in a future update, they're going to add, I guess, where you don't have to join the Alliance. However, my guess is that if you don't join it, then you're going to end up with issues with the other studios. We're going to join it for now. That's going to play a part later. We've got 6 days left on our building for our action to get dirt on May Low. We're going to take care of these two. The corrupt official. Okay, and illegal tendencies has now been researched in security. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on this upgrade here, the accelerated training. Our offensive operations is now built. And so what we can do now is if we no. We don't want to do that. Special here. Search for dirt. We can search for dirt on May Low. We select an agent. Fortunately, all of our agents are level 1. So we're going to organize some surveillance. So now we're without we only have 1 security agent right now. Okay, this guy's a level 3 and he wants $70 a month. So we're going to pay that for him. That's 10 times cheaper. Yeah, okay, so this one has finished its run. And we need to send that to the archive. So we did get some reputation there. We're running out of movies, though. Okay, so what did we have here? Where did we... I'm not sure exactly where... Oh, we went... The actress, that's right. The actress for the love interest. She's still filming for 20 days. She's on The Drunk Mayor. All right, so we're looking for The Drunk Mayor to finish up before we can get the actress in that. We do have some dirt working on this. We're going to then be filming the Sicilian Tiger, so we'll have a lot of that already out of the way. We are taking our bank account down to $4.5 million at this point. Okay, this is a decent film, so we can go ahead and get this one produced. And again, so as I mentioned, what I'm trying to do is trying to get these movies lined up to where we can have basically a line of movies that we've always got one in production, one in post production, one in distribution or in theaters, that kind of thing. And it can be difficult at times to get everything all lined up that way. So, but that's with this particular game. That's what you have to do is you have to kind of get that flow going to where you have multiple. You have to get that pipeline. Okay, so this is the heads of the alliance. We're involved in this alliance. So what they're voting on right now is every year the alliance will celebrate professional accomplishment with the Pollux Award. And you can vote with influence points. It's going to pass, so there's no point in wasting influence points. You don't get anything from this. It was accepted. No one voted against it. So, and we're going to release action. So this one was okay. So this is a B-level movie. We got some 4 stars there. That's pretty good. Two. Not as good as I had hoped. Bone Grinder is typically the one that gives the least. So, unfortunately, the other ones were 2s. So we're going to have to see how that one goes. We've got this one in pre-production for another 35 days. This is going to be another 12 days, and then we'll be able to get the Sicilian Tiger started. I think we're probably going to get this one going too, just because we need to get some movies going. Island, jungle, coast. Film and sound technology. It's not a great movie, but we're going to give what we can to it, I guess. All right, we got this guy here for one more movie. We might as well use him in this. We might as well use him in this. And we don't have any like 3.0 actors. Okay, so here's a 4.6. We're going to get him for 3 movies because we're probably going to have other movies at $6,000 a movie. 14's not too bad. Here's a 4.1 for $83 for $8,300 a movie. So let's get 3 movies out of him. And let's see what else. Let's see if we need anything else. I don't know if we need anything else. So these guys are well over. Actually, I'm going to reverse these guys. So these guys are well over the stated need for this movie. So she's going to be the serial killer. And we're going to get that one going. That's going to be almost 90 days. Okay, so we got 2 movies there that are going in pre-production. We're in week 2 here. We had 100% attendance first week. So that's pretty good. We're not going to get that the second week. So, okay, the whole filming schedule will go 30% faster because the crew is getting along so well. All the actors play bridge in the director's room at the end of the day. Last time they laughed and sang so loud the concierge called the police, but the policemen liked the singing so much that they joined the party. So, for the next 5 days, that one is going to be done. I think we're still waiting on. Oh, now we're going to need a director for a 7.0 movie. Look at that. That guy's cheap. So we're going to grab him for 3 movies, and wow, 3,000 a movie basically. So he's been hired, and he's a fan favorite. So that's a good thing. Love interest. Still 2 days left. Okay, so that's because this one hasn't finished yet. And I said it already, and I should have remembered, but I didn't. All right. Okay, so we found some dirt on Mei Lo. She has a history of prostitution. So we could potentially lure her to our studio. Right now, we'll keep it in our back pocket, I think. Okay, so let's talk about maybe coming in for 3 more movies for dirt cheap for a 8.0 cinematographer. That's crazy good. And let's talk to you too, since you're looking like you're not going to be charging us very much either. 12.6 for 3 more movies for a good director. Actor, you're a little high, I think. But I need you, don't I? I need you in this other movie that we're doing, that we're ready to go on. So I am going to do just one movie for her. He's a pretty good actor, and he's fairly inexpensive. 26,000 for 3 movies minus the 10% discount, so 23,000, almost 24,000. So again, about 8,000 a movie. So the Drunk Mayor finished filming, and we brought it up on each of them a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And so this is going to take care of filming stopped for 15 days. Okay, so that was part of the thing there. Okay, let's get. I'm going to bet we don't have a 6.0 editor out here, right? Yeah, no, we don't. So this guy, he's close enough. Medium across the board here. We've got that going to post. Okay, and so now what we should have is this actress, and I would have preferred a 7.0, but 6.5 will have to do. And we're going to get that one finally going. That's the Sicilian Tiger. And so, yeah, we dropped off a little bit here, so 75%. And again, we decreased almost 700 screenings. So, not great. Still a chance to make a profit on the movie. And that was a 6.1 movie. Here's the problem. After this, it's going to be, a good while for. So here's some talk about from the mayor talking about how we've known each other for years. Journalists don't see the real person, so on and so forth. Talking about the journalist, talking about getting reelected, and he's wanting cash from us. If we choose not to do that, we're going to lose his friendship, and therefore anything that he would have provided to us with regards to goodwill points and the opportunities there are gone. If we, however, do this, it's worth 60 goodwill points, but it's also $100,000, and that would put us back to 4 million. And right now, I don't think we can afford to do that. So we've lost his friendship. He took 1,000 goodwill points off, and we've lost no longer a friend. So if we come up to our friends, we only have one left, Peter Lambert, for now, until the Sicilian Tiger is released and until the Drunk Mayor is released. Once the Drunk Mayor is released, then we're going to get, okay, so 33% of 1750. So that actually isn't too bad. So 7, about 600. So if we do 500, 350, 250, 150, we could extend this one, get a little bit more profit from it. So this is one where he talks about just watching With the Shield, and he really liked the actor Richard Hart, and he would like us to introduce him to Richard Hart. We're going to gain some goodwill points, right? And if we introduce him within 3 months and arrange a dinner for him, now Richard Hart is going to want payment for this, by the way. We'll get those points. Or within 3 months, if we can arrange for him and Richard Hart to spend the day together, we're going to get those points. Otherwise, we're going to lose him, and we probably lose him as a friend. I don't remember how much of the goodwill points he takes away, but we're going to agree to it. And so this is our time ticking down for that particular one. Okay, we've got a couple of our movies that are going to be ready for filming. Okay, we took that one up a little bit on the commercial appeal, not on the critical appeal. All right, we're going to start production on that one. We've got security personnel for that one. This one, Behind the Visor. Took that one up a little bit. Locations was the issue with that one. We're going to put security on that one as well. Okay, the protection from police raids has stopped. So we're no longer protected from the police raids. We could ask for it again, which I think we probably will do. It lasts long enough. All right, so that's the second time around. He didn't find anything, so we need to get some more scripts written. We've got one here we got a couple that we could do. Okay, we've got an adventure, so let's get him on the adventure. That takes care of that one. Okay, production department opens the production support office. Okay, so and we'll talk a little bit about that and what that brings. Okay, we're going to get the auxiliary film crew research started, and we have a detective story. Let's do that. And then we can go to the story workshop and do a thriller. Well, what are we going to call it? Edge of the seat. Because a thriller is going to keep you at the edge of your seat, right? Thriller, drama, action, maybe. Huh? We're going to leave it like that. We're going to say it's in a modern American city. Okay. And thriller, drama, action. So we could do working man, the antagonist, tried to rob him, maybe. Love interest, maybe. Okay. Bandit did a bank robbery, maybe. And we want to do the winning the beloved. That's a 5 out of 7 so far. Working man struggling for a better life. And let's say he gets the chance at it. Okay, so it's a thriller. I don't know how thrilling that will be. We'll see. And let's take a look at our movie action here. Okay, so we're still 48%. We did go up on our extended run, right? We went from 33 to 63, but then we're dropping back down to 48%. At the end of this 8-week run, we're going to obviously shelve that, send that to the archive. And I think at this point, what I want to do is production support. Do we want to build that? Do we want to build that? 74,000. We're going to hold off on that, I think, maybe until a little bit later. We need, I think, to get some more money in our coffers before we start building that. I think what I'd like to do, though, is I think I'd like to, well, let's do this. Let's get it. Let's get Sicilian Tiger filming, and then we will call this episode finished. This was, remember, a 7-0 script when it started on both sides, so we're going to see what happens here. And in pre-production, we took it down from a 7 to a 5.9 and from a 7 to a 4.6. We really didn't help this movie at all. The cinematographer, the locations, and the costumes and props weren't up to snuff on that particular film for some reason. That's rather unfortunate. We completed one of the research things for the headquarters. Let's do that upgrade next. And I think what I'd like to do then, 92 days for, or 90 days for the Sicilian Tiger. I think what we're going to do is we're going to end this episode there. During the filming, this came up. So Jean Graham comes to work with her baby and breastfeeds right on the set. It's distracting to the guys and interfering with their work. Let her feed her baby. The men can suffer. The film crew's happiness will decrease by 20. The whole filming schedule will be 30% slower. So that's going to decrease the quality of the film, right? Whenever we have a crew's happiness not good, we could stop her at once. Her happiness and loyalty will decrease. So her happiness would be down 40 points and her loyalty would be down. I think this is the last movie here that she's in with us. Yeah, one movie. So we're going to choose that one. We're going to move on. Again, I think this is where we're going to stop today on this episode. I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know whether you like the content, whether you don't like the content, whether you like the game, don't like the game. I'm looking at other games to potentially put some videos out on, but I wanted to get pretty far into this game before I shifted any games. And again, these are my first real attempts at doing any of this. I do appreciate you guys watching. Please come back and watch the next one. Thanks.